So, as a Christian, should we get a tattoo? Well, we could go back into the Old Testament where we're told not to do that, but we're really not held by the law anymore. We could go into the New Testament where we're told to treat our bodies as the temple of Christ, which liveth in us. I mean, in the context of that passage, it's talking about keeping ourselves from fornication and things of keeping ourselves from fornication, sexual immorality. And we could go to eating and drinking and glorifying God, whatever we do, right? But in the context of that, we're being talked about, going into non-Christians' homes to eat, and, that we shouldn't ask if the food or drink has been offered unto idols, and if, that we should just eat in order to glorify God, or if we're told before we eat or while we're eating and drinking that it was offered unto idols, that we should stop. Either way, we're glorifying God. We should be seeking to glorify God. And, in reality, in anything that we do as Christians, we should be able to point toward God. Whether it be our work, the job that we have, we should be able to do that job in a manner that points people toward Christ in whatever we do. But, for me, I don't see the point in it. I wanted a tattoo when I was young. Didn't know what kind of tattoo to get. Couldn't settle on nothing. Gave my life over to the Lord, and I've not had the desire for one since. That doesn't mean you don't. If you do, be convicted in your own heart. Be convinced in your own heart. It's your choice. It's your choice. I've not seen anything in the scriptures that would say anything otherwise. I will give you something to think about. There are a lot of Christians who are weak in their faith. There are a lot of Christians who are still sucking on milk, so to speak, and they've probably been sucking on milk that long enough that they should be eating the meat of the word. And there's also going to be those Christians that are may never get out of that milk stage and may not be able to even. All right, I'm not the one to judge that. Neither is anybody else. But there's going to be people who claim to be Christians, followers of Christ, and they're going to possibly say things to you, judge you by your outward appearance. But that ain't right. Don't let them do it. Don't, just whatever and walk on. We can't, people like that, you can't fool with. Now, there's people who come to Christ that's got tattoos all over their body. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Christ takes us as we are. When we decide that we want to follow after Christ, he will take us as we are. That being said, when we go to Christ, we should be or will be convicted to follow after Christ and things that, he would have us to do. So, if we were a thief prior to coming to Christ, he'll take us that way. But coming to Christ, we're going to be like, I don't want to steal anymore. I just don't want to do it, right? You don't have that desire anymore. You want to do away with it. You want it to be gone. And, I would think the same thing would be true with a tattoo that might be sinful in nature. If you had one of let's say of a naked lady or somebody shooting somebody or stabbing somebody or something like that, I would think that you would be convicted in your heart to cover up, hide, or even have that tattoo removed if you possibly could. But tattoos, as a Christian, I mean, there's nothing really, I don't see anything scripturally that would say you can't have a tattoo. So be convicted in your own heart. Love you.